Welcome, boys, to the newest channel in the GoldActual consortium. Obviously, as the name implies, this is going to be a channel focused on Pokemon. Primarily, Pokemon cards. Now, over the last, couple months or so, I've spent, thousands of dollars on Pokemon cards. But, it was all under the excuse that I would eventually start a channel for it. And so here we are. Look at us, following through with our word, finding a reason for my addiction and excessive spending on Pokemon cards. So, just before we get into the meat of today's video, let me give you a rapid fire rundown of my history with Pokemon. 1998, Pokemon Red and Blue were released in North America for the Game Boy. I was, at the time, 4 years old, which means I was still a dumb child who could not read, which, if you've ever played any of the Pokemon games, kind of an issue. So I had to have my mom read the in-game dialogue, but nonetheless, the young illiterate GoldActual fell in love with these stupid pixels. 1999, Pokemon cards are released in North America, and my parents are going through a divorce, which was perfect, because they would buy me Pokemon cards in an attempt to be the cooler parent. This was ideal, and really is the reason that I have a sizable collection from the 90s. I'm talking base set, jungle, and fossil. The pride of my collection, a byproduct of divorce. Now, I do understand that this could be coming across as like a cry for help from a broken child. Just want to clear the air. I'm good. The year 2000, Team Rocket, Gym Heroes, Gym Challenge, and Neo Genesis are released. But my interest in collecting started fading, and eventually shifts to a new challenger. And just like that, we're in 2020. I make a reasonable amount on YouTube, and Pokemon is booming again. Truly a dangerous combination for me. Now, obviously, based on that timeline, I missed out on some of the best sets Pokemon's ever released. We're talking the Neo series with Gen 2 Pokemon, and more importantly, the Shining cards. Look at this shiny gold boy! How do I not own one of these? Now, after that, we have the whole E-card era with Expedition, Aquapolis, and Skyridge, which, in my opinion, have some of the best artwork Pokemon's ever produced. I mean, look at these beautiful boys. Now, there's an insane amount of sets that I'm just skipping here. But maybe other than the EX era, they just don't stand out to me as much. Which I'm sure will have a bunch of you foaming at the mouth with disappointment. So I apologize, I suppose. Anyways, boys, I got big plans for this channel. I have an insane amount of sealed Pokemon products here. And making videos on them, it's a good excuse to open them. Maybe even buy more. A lot more. But I figure the best way to start off this channel is to show off my original collection, where it all began. So obviously we aren't going to have time to go through all of this because this box is basically full. There's so many cards in here, a lot of cards. Also, this is an entirely new setup for me. It might work, it might not work, who knows? Bear with me, please. I'm really not used to having a camera over here. This is weird for me. So, anyways, we're not gonna go through them all. We're just gonna go through the more desirable ones. Now, if you're somebody who came over from my main channel and are only watching this because you just enjoy my content, rather than somebody who loves Pokemon and, understands what's going on with the cards, let me give you a quick rundown on cards, sets, and rarities, that kind of stuff. So, here's a Pokemon card. Under the bottom right of the Pokemon, we have a symbol. That one right there. That indicates what set the Pokemon card is from. No symbol? Then it's base set. No, rarity symbols are found in the bottom right of the card. And in the original sets, you have commons, which are a circle, uncommons, which are a diamond, and rares that are stars. Some rares are holographic or a holo rare. General rule of thumb, shiny cardboard is good. Also, with the older sets, they came in a first edition, indicated by the first edition stamp, or an unlimited, indicated by no stamp. Base set, which is the first set to ever come out, came in a few variants. Most commonly, we have Unlimited, no first edition stamp, and the Pokemon has a shadow along the border.
Look at that shadow.
Now, before Unlimited, we had Shadowless. This was a rarer print run, and obviously has no shadow. A side-by-side comparison should make that pretty obvious. Now, last but definitely not least, the rarest of the bunch, first edition, which again, indicated by a first edition stamp. This one happens to also be a gray stamp, which was like an error. They printed the first edition stamp too light. You can kind of tell a difference maybe between those two. One's lighter than the other. Anyways, that's not really a super important tidbit of information. The main thing you need to know is, as far as value goes, it goes Unlimited with the shadow and all that stuff, and then Shadowless, no shadow, and then the first. That stamp, the nice first stamp. Everybody loves the first stamp. And just like that, you two are a Pokemon Master. So I figured we'd go like set by set, take a look at some of the heavy hitters in your boys' collection. And to start us off, it's actually, well, this is actually like a mix. This one's like a mix of sets, but it's all my Japanese cards, or most of my Japanese cards that I somehow got back in the 90s. I genuinely do not know how I got these, but I will say I am glad that I did somehow get them, because some of these Japanese cards are actually like some of my favorite cards that I own, which I'll, go over once we get there. So to start us off, we have a holographic Raichu from Fossil. Of course, in Japanese. I'm pretty sure that the Japanese cards use like a different holo pattern. You can see that it's like kind of like bubbles and stars or something in the background. I really like this holo pattern. But moving on, we have holographic Ditto, also from Fossil. And then we have, I think this might be one of my favorite cards in my collection, Fossil Dragonite. I just love this card. I think he's absolutely adorable, and the background is just like perfect. I do wish I had this one in English as well. Also, yeah, so the back has the old school Pocket Monsters design, which I also think is very cool. I really like that. Anyways, Dragonite. Next we have one that I can't remember the name of, but it's Team Rocket. We've got Blaine, Sabrina. We've got an Arbok from Team Rocket. We've got Meganium from Neo Genesis. Togetic, also from Neo Genesis. Heracross. We got Pichu, which is definitely a fan favorite from the Neo Genesis set. I mean, look at that background. I love that split color. That is very cool. Of course, we've got our boy Typhlosion, looking mean. And this one, I believe, is actually a bit rarer because it doesn't have a rarity symbol. As you can see, these Japanese cards do have rarity symbols, but this one does not. I don't know if that was considered an error, or if it came with in a certain theme deck or something. I don't know. But Typhlosion, very cool to have in the collection. Next, we got our boy Steelix, looking very nice. Then we've got Skarmory, which is probably one of the lesser popular Neo Genesis holos. Oh, this one is one of my favorites in the collection too. This Kabutops. Kabutops was one of my favorite Pokemon growing up, and this card is just so sick. That holo pattern is just
So nice.
Again, a lesser cared about Pokemon, definitely from the Neo series. This is this Neo Discovery? I think. I'm not super familiar with the Neo series. But we have Yanma. And then, of course, we got our boy Wobbuffet. Then we got Fortress? Is that what his name is? I don't remember. Something like that. Evolves from Pineco. Another very cool card, Starmie. Looking pretty bad, if you ask me. Bad in like a good way. You know what I mean? Then we got Porygon 2. Porygon being one of my favorite, if not my favorite Pokemon of all time. Love me Porygon. And so by proxy, I do like Porygon 2. However, not as much as Porygon. I do like that square chonky boy. And then probably my favorite Japanese card that I own. It's this one and that Dragonite. They're very close in taking that spot for favorite Japanese card, but oh, look at this Blastoise, boys. That is just a beautiful card. I love this card. This one, I believe, was released with as like a Game Boy promotional thing. It even has like a little Squirtle symbol. Look at how adorable that is. Obviously, they also have Charizard and Venusaur in a similar style. In fact, I think this artwork is straight off of the Pokemon Blue box art, if I'm not mistaken. But I really do want to get the Venusaur and Charizard to go along with this bad boy. So, that is the Japanese collection. Not too shabby, you know? Not too shabby for a kid in 1999. Again, not a clue where these came from. No idea. All right, next we have my collection of promo cards. I honestly don't remember what all of these are from, but I'll do my best as we go along. So these are called Black Star promos for obvious reason. They have a black star in the corner. This one happens to be number 1. No idea what this was from. Not a clue. Next, we have an Electabuzz, which is number 2 in that Black Star promo series. This one says, Kids Warner Brother presents Pokemon, the first movie. So I imagine this was given out at said movie. Next up, we actually have 2 of these Pikachus from the same movie. Warner Brothers Pokemon the first movie. Then we have a holographic Mew. And this Mew actually uses the same holo pattern as the Japanese cards, I'm now just realizing. Again, don't really remember where this one's from. Maybe I'll put it on the screen when I do the edits. Oh, it even has a swirl. Can you guys see that? Look at that swirl. Oh. Okay, next we have a holographic Meowth. I believe this was a Game Boy promotional. It does say GB in the corner there. That was kind of the giveaway. Next, we have a computer error. In brackets, Rocket's secret machine. No idea. Not a clue. Then we have 2 of the 3 Legendary Bird promotionals. Number 21 and 23. My poor boy. My poor icy boy. Where are you? Obviously missing Articuno from that set. I think that was from a movie as well. Next, we're back with another Pikachu. A lot of Pikachus in the promos. Again, no idea where that's from. We got Meryl, which is in horrible condition. It's ripped on the back. You sleep now, Meryl. And then we've doubled down on Entei. This was from a movie, I'm pretty sure. These were cool cards. These were, I think, some of the first, like, reverse holos that they did. You can definitely correct me if I am wrong on that. Then we got Arcanine, a very cool artwork on him. He do be roaring, growling maybe. No, that's more of actually a roar. Don't think you really just growl with your mouth that wide open. And last, but definitely not least, some of my favorite Pokemon cards ever. I think these are really cool. We have 2 Ancient Mews. These were so cool. I remember being given these at the movie theater. I can't remember what movie it was, but they're just such cool cards. I don't know why they didn't continue with this trend and like do more promos like this. Like, look at that. Look at the holo pattern across the entire card. The artwork, very, very unique. And they never really did anything like that ever again. Oh, also the back. Look at the back. The back is cool too. They doubled down. Anyways, those are the promo cards. On to the next. Okay, you guys gotta promise not to judge me on this one. This is my very, very sad collection of all of the Neo series. That's 3, 4, that's some amount of Neo series, along with Gym Challenge, and Gym Heroes. All of them. You want to see how thick this stack is? Not very, but let's go through them. First up, Totodile, first edition. This is from Neo Genesis, indicated by the stars. The first appearance of Gen 2 Pokemon was Neo Genesis, so having the starter from that, kind of cool. Not a holo though. Also in rough shape. A lot of whitening.
We don't like whitening.
Next, we have our boy Pichu. And now that I'm seeing this, it actually kind of... Is it the same holo foil pattern? Did I lie to you earlier? I don't know. A very cute card nonetheless. We got Blossom, who has basically been folded in half, actually. I don't know why that happened. We have Azumarill.
That big, fat Raichu replacement.
Next, we have a first edition Entei, not a holo, not worth all that much, but still cool card. I do like the legendary beasts. I believe that's the right term. I think people got mad when they said that they were all dogs. Apparently they are beasts. We've seen them, we love them. It's our boy Wobbuffet, looking pretty good. Next, we have Brock's Rhydon. Ooh, there's a hair in him. That's nice. I am embarrassed by the low amount of Gym Hero and Challenge cards I have. I believe this is a duplicate. It is. The only reason that these ones are in there is because they have that cool Wizards of the Coast symbol right there in gold. Wizards of the Coast being the company that made the Pokemon cards up until... Is Skyridge the last one they made? I think Skyridge was the last one they made. And then I got handed over to the Pokemon Company. So that is all of my Neo and Gym cards. Next up, we have a pretty thick boy. These are Team Rocket. And for some reason, I have like a lot of first edition Team Rocket stuff. I'm not even showing it all here because most of it is just commons and uncommons. But we start off with a Charmander, which I'm only including because everybody freaks out about Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard. Everyone. Why can't the other starters get some more love? Anyways, first edition, Team Rocket, Charmander. Pretty cool. Next, we have an Abra. We're probably just going to rapid fire these. Porygon. Oh, I think I have two of these. Yes. So, as I said, Porygon, one of, if not my favorite Pokemon. We have two first edition Team Rocket versions of it. Team Rocket is actually one of my favorite sets, too. I think the box art and the pack art is nearly unmatched, and some of the card art too. Like this one's pretty adorable. I mean, look at him. Look at him. He's in a box with something. Maybe not actually. He's just in a box, looking adorable. You want to make me happy? Send me Porygon cards. Next up, we have our floppy boy, Magikarp. We have a Dark Primeape, looking very menacing. I remember the episode of the original Pokemon anime with Primeape. Maybe, did he start as a Mankey? Was he a Mankey in the anime originally? I can't remember if you found him as a Mankey or a Primeape.
You little thief, give me back my hat!
Next, we have a Dark Flareon. I actually love this artwork. I don't know if I have the holo of this. I can't remember. We'll find out soon enough. But it is a very cool artwork. We got Dark Golbat, Dark Dugtrio. Ooh, Dark Blastoise. Not the holo version, so really not that exciting, but still a cool card. Oh, here we have Dark Raichu. I believe that this is the first secret rare. I mean, it has to be. It has to be. Team Rocket is such an early set. And if you don't know what I mean by that, it means that the card number is higher than the max amount in the set. So this is card number 83 of 82, which puts it into the classification of a secret rare. I wish I had this in first edition. That is such a cool card. Next, we have Rocket Sneak Attack, holographic. another Rockets Sneak Attack, this time not first edition. We have Dark Wheezing, which is one of the hardest holographics to see. It is just barely hollow. We have Dark Magneton, which has been massively creased, as you can see right there. That's very unfortunate, because I think it's actually one of the higher valued Team Rocket cards. We have Dark Machamp, looking pretty tough. We have a first edition Dark Golbat. And last but not least, we have Dark Alakazam, and I love this card. I think the artwork is very cool. That like God Ray effect from the top shining down on him. Very cool. Next up, we have my base set 2 collection, which, well, this is it. Moving on. All right, now we're on to my fossil collection. We've got a first edition non-hollow Lapras, first edition non-hollow Kabutops, first edition non-hollow Hypno, you see the trend. We have a first edition Haunter, as well as the Gengar to go with it. Ooh, Articuno. That is a nice card too. Not the hollow though. Now we're getting into the hollows. We have Zapdos, unlimited, so not first edition, but still a hollow. And I think this one is actually an error. See that like spot of kind of like non-hollow in the top? I think that was an error with that card. Oh, we in fact have 2 of them. Does this one have it? No, it doesn't have it. Yeah, see? That top corner is completely holographic, whereas that one is not. Next, we have our boy Muck. A Moltres, cool card as well. Not first edition, though. Then we have a Hitmonlee, and I think, yep, another one behind it that is first edition. Then we have our Hollow Haunter, Hollow Gengar. I'm a big fan of Gengar. I think Gengar is very cool. Another one of my favorite Pokemon for sure. We have a Holographic Ditto, a first edition Aerodactyl, holographic of course, and to finish off Fossil, we have another first edition holographic Aerodactyl, except this one is actually a pre-release card. Nice. All right, boys, we are nearing the end. We are now on to Jungle Set. To start us off, we have our boy Pikachu in a forest. Look at that drop shadow, boys. I think I could have made this on Photoshop. This, along with the Eevee in this set, have just skyrocketed in value. These are just common cards. They have a circle. For some reason, they are going for stupid amounts of money. Next, we have our boy Flareon. I do like this art as well. Background is very colorful. We have a Wigglytuff Hollow, first edition as well. Vileplume, a Venomoth. Oh, first edition Jungle Vaporeon. Nice. I love this card. This is a great card. It's not in the greatest of shape. As you can see, there's a bunch of whitening top and bottom, but you know, it's not too bad considering I had this as a child. We have our boy Scyther, a very cool Pokemon. Pidgeot, first edition as well. We've got Nidoqueen, and we've got Jolteon. Ooh, Flareon Hollow, there we go. That's what I'm talking about, boys. Look at that. Look at that sweet, succulent background. We've got an Electrode. Love me that big old ball. And to top it all off, we have that first edition Clefable. Look at those stars on that hollow. Whew, that's nice. All right, boys. Time for the biggest of hitters. I am, of course, talking about base set. The pinnacle of Pokemon card collecting. The set that started it all. Let's do it. Starting off real strong. Shadowless Weedle. So if you remember, I was talking about Shadowless. So, Weedle. We've got Voltorb. Kadabra. Fun fact about Kadabra in Pokemon cards. Kadabra has not been allowed to be printed in many, many years because somebody claimed that the Pokemon Kadabra was made to mock him. I'm not kidding. Look it up. So there's like an open lawsuit or something that doesn't let them print Kadabra anymore, or they don't want to risk printing Kadabra. Something along those lines. We've got our Sleepy Boy Drowsy. Diglett, a classic. Oh, there's our boy Shadowless Charmander. An absolute beauty. Not in the best condition. Follow it up with his green friend Bulbasaur. We've got Wartortle. Back-to-back Machokes. You saw these earlier. This one is, in fact, a first edition gray stamp. Next, we have Ivysaur. Also Shadowless. Followed by Charmeleon. Oh, we're into the hollows now. So we have Zapdos. This is not Shadowless. We do have a Shadow. It is the unlimited variant. Next, we have a heavy hitter, Venusaur. Look at this. From the childhood collection, our fat plant boy. We've got Raichu, also holographic. A Poliwrath. In fact, I think we do have 2 Poliwraths. Ninetales. Also a cool background with those blue flames. We've got Nidoking. We saw the base set 2 earlier. We also have the base set 1. Next, we have the 5-head himself. 6-head? 7? Who knows? Mewtwo. We've got Magneton. Machamp First Edition. Hitmonchan. Another Hitmonchan. We have Gyarados. I absolutely love this card too. I really like Gyarados. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Magikarp turning into Gyarados. Easily anime's greatest glow up. We have the cute Clefairy. And Chansey to go along. Apparently this Chansey card is one of the hardest cards to get a PSA 10 in. If you don't know what PSA is, it's like a grading service. You send in the card, they give it a grade 1 to 10, 10 being the best, and then send it back to you in like a slab. Anyways, hard to get a 10 on the Chansey. And now we have our last 3 cards of my collection, which are all big hitters. Let me tell you. First up, we have Shadowless Alakazam. Look at that Shadowless beauty. I do really like the Abra to Alakazam line. I always thought they were very cool. Next, we have one of my favorite cards in my collection for obvious reason, but also I think this was the Pokemon I used in the games. I am, of course, talking about Blastoise, and this is unbelievably a first edition Shadowless Blastoise. This is the same as what Logan Paul was pulling from his $200,000 box. This is the same Blastoise. Mind you, mine was in the hands of a child that clearly didn't understand the full value of this. But nonetheless, a treasure to me. And I'm pretty confident that I was a Squirtle guy. Now, mind you, my mind has been corrupted by the Charizard bombardment that Pokemon has given us over the last, 20 years. They make it seem like Charizard was the only starter in Gen 1. My memory has been skewed because of that. I think I was a Blastoise guy. I think I was a Squirtle guy. Anyways, love this card. And, that's a perfect segue into this last one. I am, of course, talking about the Zard. This is not first edition, which is rather unfortunate as far as my wallet goes, but it is Shadowless, which does make the value of this thing super dumb. Even in the condition it's in, it still goes for a lot. I will say I am glad that I have this in my collection from my childhood, so that I feel less tempted to buy it now as an adult. because, like I say, it's expensive. But boys, that is it. That's the whole collection. Now, mind you, I didn't pull out like all of the commons, uncommons, non-holos, that kind of stuff. I didn't pull all that out, but that was still a lot to go through. When I got back into Pokemon recently, I was ecstatic that my collection was still all there and in like a decent shape. Not perfect, not pristine, not mint by any means, but you know, not crumpled up a few times and thrown in the washing machine. So boys, that's it. The introductory video on the Pokemon channel. As this is like a brand new channel, I'm just kind of going with it. But I would love to hear what you guys want to see on this channel down in the comments below. I'd also love to hear, of the cards that I showed you guys today, which is your favorite. And it is a bit of a cop-out to say the Charizard. I want to put that out there. That is a cop-out. Anyways, boys, I appreciate you guys watching all the way to the end of today's video. And if you did enjoy, maybe drop a like on the video. If you'd like to see more from this channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. And until next time, stay gold.